Welcome to Cryptid Robot. My name is Andrew J. Robinson. This is my channel, and today we are doing a film pitch. What if the Guardians of the Galaxy did a crossover with Star Wars? Disney, these ideas are free if you want them. The first big question: how could you make a Guardians of the Galaxy crossover movie with Star Wars, given that Star Wars is already referenced as a movie series in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? My answer: keep it very 80s. You take a magical character from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and you have them magically insert the Guardians of the Galaxy into Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope, the actual literal movie. The catch is that the only way for them to get out of Star Wars is to survive the movie all the way to the ending credits. Sounds easy enough, right? Unless when the Guardians of the Galaxy show up in the Star Wars Episode 4, their spaceship actually bumps into the escape pod that R2-D2 and C-3PO are using, which knocks them just slightly off course. Rather than being captured by Jawas, R2-D2 makes it around them. He enters the canyon that he was headed to find Obi-Wan from a different direction and actually finds Obi-Wan Kenobi. The two hang out, they share Death Star plans, and then are attacked by a whole bunch of stormtroopers and the Empire itself. And they are captured. Star-Lord, huge 80s nerd that he is, has Star Wars memorized. When he finds out that Obi-Wan and R2 have been captured, he knows that the Star Wars movie is way off course. If they're captured, that means Luke is not going to train to become a Jedi, and the rebels are not going to get the plans to the Death Star. No Death Star plans, no Jedi training, no Death Star explosion. Without the Death Star exploding, there's no end credits. Star-Lord and the Guardians of the Galaxy decide to take matters into their own hands. They're going to train Luke to become a Jedi themselves. The only problem with this is that Luke doesn't want to be a Jedi. In this new, screwed up timeline, his family hasn't been killed by the Empire. He never met Obi-Wan Kenobi. Therefore, he has not a whole lot of motivation to go with them to try and take down the Empire. Until Star-Lord accidentally spills the beans that Darth Vader is his father. Which Uncle Owen then confirms to Luke. The Guardians plus Luke then need a ride off of Tatooine, so who do they go to? Han Solo and Chewbacca. At this point, Han and Chewie are still smugglers, so they refuse to give them a ride without payment. That gives the Guardians of the Galaxy no choice but to knock them out and steal the Millennium Falcon. Don't worry, they take Han and Chewie along for the ride. So now what? You have to save Obi-Wan and R2 from the Death Star. There's just two problems with this plan. Obi-Wan Kenobi, already dead. In this new timeline, Vader already fought him and already went ahead and killed him. Darn. The other problem, when the Guardians, Han, and Luke are all captured, Han just sells them out and says, "Take 'em, Empire. Me and Chewie, we're out of here." Not that the Empire actually goes along with that plan, so they lock everybody up. Everybody but Luke. Since Luke already knows that Vader's his dad, Vader's got nothing to hide. He goes ahead and offers to train Luke. Luke, since his family wasn't killed by the Empire in this timeline, and because he's been dragged around by these crazy Guardians of the Galaxy who are clearly up to no good, he agrees. But all is not lost for our heroes. Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi contacts Peter Quill and tells him that Luke was not the last hope. There is another who can be trained on Dagobah by Yoda, and the other one is Leia. With R2-D2's help, the Guardians bust out of the prison block, they save Han, they save Princess Leia, and the whole gang goes to escape. Except for Luke, who tries to stop them with a bunch of stormtroopers who are shooting at them. And they probably shoot Chewie in the arm so that he can't fly anymore, which causes Han Solo to have to team up with Peter Quill and Rocket Raccoon to fly the Falcon, which he is not a big fan of, but he's got to do it anyway. After one quick space chase, they set their new course for Dagobah, where Leia can learn the art of the Jedi from Master Yoda himself. The only hitch is that after she's only learned a little bit, the Death Star comes flying up in the atmosphere, they put a tracker on the Millennium Falcon. So they are about to blow up Dagobah and kill all the heroes, and then go on their merry way to destroy the Rebel Alliance and take down anyone who stands in their way. That's a problem. Han and Chewie want to get the heck out of there, hop on the Falcon and fly away. But Star-Lord has a better plan. He already knows the weakness to the Death Star, so he can send Han and Rocket Raccoon up there to fly up and destroy the Death Star. The only catch is that someone else has got to be on board to shoot the last shot, because that shot's got to be made by a Jedi. Volunteers, Yoda does. Leia, meanwhile, has another goal. She just found out her birth father is alive. And evil, but alive. And she's got a twin brother who is training to be evil. But he's alive too. She's got a family, and she wants to do what she can to bring them together. So Star-Lord and the other Guardians get Yoda's secret space pod that he's got tucked away somewhere, and they fly up to the Death Star to try and talk some sense into him. There is a fight, naturally, and it's super epic and amazing, of course, because it's the Guardians of the Galaxy versus Darth Vader and Darth Luke, or whatever he calls himself. In the course of the fighting, Vader chops off Leia's arm. Luke freaks out when he sees it because how can he do that to his own daughter? So he changes sides and he starts going against Vader himself alongside the Guardians of the Galaxy. Vader's awesome. I love him, but he can't stand this fight. He can't win. So he falls down losing. Luke starts beating him to a pulp, trying his best to kill him. And Star-Lord is like, Luke, dude, you gotta stop. This is your dad. I know he's like evil and stuff, but he has the ability to change. Remember, Star-Lord has seen episode 6, so he knows that he can change. Before Star-Lord met the Guardians of the Galaxy, he would have done anything to have a real family. This is Luke's chance to have an actual family, if Darth Vader will allow it. So Luke holds out his hand. And Leia, she holds out her hand too. She's only got the one. She holds it out too. Vader, in this new timeline, accepts. So he lets them pull him up, and everybody goes a-running because the Death Star's about to explode. Guardians of the Galaxy escape just as Han Solo, Rocket Raccoon, and Yoda at the wheel shoot their cannons and into the little trench of the Death Star, and everything explodes. The award ceremony happens. Everybody gets a medal, including Chewbacca and Ghost Obi-Wan Kenobi, because everybody should get a medal, and the credits roll. When those credits roll, the Guardians of the Galaxy are pulled out of Star Wars Episode 4, and the real credits of the movie roll. End. Those are my ideas for this movie. Big question is, why would you make this movie? First answer to that is because it would be super awesome. I do think that every movie should actually have some sort of meaning, though, and for this particular movie, that's possible. Guardians of the Galaxy movies so far have been about family, but their family has pretty much got it together at this point. So instead, you have them focus on helping out another family. Plus, the Guardians of the Galaxy are hilarious characters, and it would be a lot of fun to see them teamed up with the Star Wars characters. I really like the idea of seeing Rocket Raccoon and Yoda together, because they would be butting heads like crazy. Who would you like to see in a Guardians of the Galaxy crossover? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Cryptid Robot for more film pitches as well as video game pitches. And I'll be talking about my book, Lucas Knight and the Reaper of Chaos. As always, stay adventuresome out there.